Alright folks, let's get started here. As I said, we're going to be tying one of my favorites, the Thunder and Lightning. This is a great Atlantic salmon fly. Generally, my favorite size in this fly is an 8 or a 10, but for demonstration purposes I'm tying this on a number 6. So we'll get started here. Go down to the back side of the fly here. We're going to start our tag, which we're going to use gold tinsel. This is uni, extra small gold. Take a little snip off of that. Now, we'll tie that in and we're going to wrap down over. This is a trick a good friend of mine many years ago, God rest his soul, Fred Harrigan, taught me. I'm going to take a couple wraps back up towards the head of the fly, and then we're going to unravel the thread that's underneath that we tied that down with. So that's doing two things. That's eliminating bulk underneath your tag, as well as bringing your thread back up so you can tie it back in, or tie your tag off, sorry. Now what we're going to use some uni chartreuse floss. Cut a little bit off here. As you can see, uni chartreuse. Now what I'll do is I'll take my floss and I'll come in from behind my thread, pinch it between my finger and my thread, fold it over, bring it up, and then I'm actually tying that down with the tag end sticking out over that we're going to pull up over the butt. Now this pattern originally has yellow for a butt section, but as we all know, chartreuse with Atlantic salmon is just a must. So we're going to tie that off, pull that nice and tight, secure, snip it off, and we're going to pull this tag end up over our butt, securing down our butt section. That'll keep it from pulling out over. Now, normally this would have a golden pheasant crest as a tip, but we're going to use chartreuse crystal flash. This is just my personal preference and the way I like to tie it. It's worked very well for me over the years. I highly recommend that anybody that fishes for Atlantic salmon try this fly. We'll just tie in our little tail here, secure it in nice and tight. We'll snip that off to the length that we want it. We'll snip off our tags. A couple more secure wraps. Now we're going to use some medium gold oval tinsel, also made by Uni. Snip a little piece off. I like to tie my ribs in from the underside, so when you start to wrap them, they'll go from the underside. And we'll wrap all that material up over the body nice and secure. We'll come right up to the returned eye on this upturn. We'll secure it down. Now we're going to use some black uni wool. Tie this in. Now we're going to start up at the head of the body, wrapping our wool side by side all the way down, nice and even. Very simple pattern, extremely effective. Works well in most conditions, but extremely well in lower water. As you can see, we get a nice even body all the way back up to that returned eye. We'll tie off that section. Clip off our tag, and we'll take our rib section. Now, most salmon books will tell you that there has to be 5 ribs on Atlantic salmon fly. I do realize that Atlantic salmon travel in schools and they are quite smart. However, I don't think that they count ribs on salmon flies, but we're going to put 5 ribs on here. We'll secure that material down. Secure that material down. Pull that nice and snug, 90 degrees off the shank of the hook. Snip it off. 2 throats, one of which is the under throat, which is orange. So we'll just pull off a little bit of orange slopping material. Put that back, covering the full underside of the body, right back to the butt. Tie that off. Snip our tag ends off. And the other color is blue. Same blue you would use on your blue charms, silver doctors. Pull a little bit of that blue material off. We'll do the same, and that's the length of the orange that we already have on there. We'll pinch that material, pinch our thread, and we'll pull up, adding that pressure, sealing that to the hook. Snip off our tag ends. Now we'll tie in a little bit of moose hair here. You don't ever want to do your wing, especially for Newfoundland flies or low water flies. You don't have to be too anal on counting the number of fibers in there or whatever, but you definitely don't want a wing that's overbuilt. I'll usually start with a clump about this much, and then what I'll do is I'll start working out all the long fibers that I don't want, pulling those out. The more straight your moose hair is, the easier it is to work with. I tend not to use a hair stacker with moose hair. I'll just use the palm of my hand, getting those fibers. And then I'll come back. I like my wing to come back to the back part of my butt section back here, where my butt meets my tag. So I'll take that material, I'll just lay it on top of the wing, I'll pinch it with my free hand. I'll come up with my thread, I'll pinch it between my fingers, come down, pinch it between my fingers, and then on the upturn I will add my pressure, securing it to the top of the hook. A couple of wraps. Take my tag ends, snip those off, finish my head, securing that moose hair in nice and snug. Take our whip finisher, nice even head. And there you have it, folks. Thunder and Lightning, probably one of the most versatile Atlantic salmon flies you can have in your box. I highly recommend that everybody should tie some of these and fish them with some confidence. I sure know I do, and most of my clients have been very successful with this fly over many years. I'd like to thank you for joining me today, folks. Always enjoy having you. Please leave a comment down below. If you like this video, click like, and be sure to click the subscribe button right there below to stay tuned and up to date on all future videos. And remember, folks, please practice catch and release.